On today's episode of the Cryptoverse. So Coinbase have announced their intention to rapidly add new assets to their platform, at least the ones that adhere to their digital asset framework anyway. And they're also inviting projects to submit applications right now. So this came from Coinbase's own blog. Here it is. Coinbase's new asset listing process is now available. Now the first thing that I want to point out about this is that an asset listing is not universal, meaning let's just use basic attention token as an example. If a basic attention token passed their criterion, got listed on Coinbase, it doesn't mean it's automatically available for the huge Coinbase customer base. It will only be available to Coinbase customers in certain jurisdictions that fit the criteria, because part of their criteria is that the jurisdiction in question still has to have like anti-money laundering, anti-terrorism financing, know your customer, all that sort of stuff as well. So to Coinbase's credit though, they do publish their listing criteria. So if we go back over here to listing.coinbase.com, this is the page where you can apply to have a coin listed. And this is where they list their digital asset framework and all the various criteria that it has to pass. So there are 6 categories and a whole bunch of subcategories as well. Now there is also currently no application fee, but they do say they reserve the right to impose one at a later date. They also say that they may list an asset themselves if they alone deem it worthy, even if there's been no official or formal request for it from the project. Now that doesn't mean they're going to bypass their own criteria. Of course, they're still going to have to run through their own criteria to make sure the coin adheres to it. But what they're saying is that they may off their own back decide to look into a given coin that they deem to be worthy. So it doesn't mean that only coins that have had applications, that's not the pool that they're going to exclusively pull from, right? As they've also stated on previous occasions that their internal policy at Coinbase, which remains to this day and also gets a mention in this announcement rather, is that Coinbase employees are still subject to trading restrictions and confidentiality obligations, because internal Coinbase employees may be privy to like news as to which coins are about to get announced and when, so they could front run those trades to insider trading, that kind of stuff, which there's been, accusations of in the past from members of the public and, never been proven though. And so Coinbase are just reiterating the fact that their employees are still subject to trading restrictions and confidentiality obligations. Now, based on the contents of this digital asset framework, privacy coins are not likely to be passed, in my opinion. And neither is anything that's even remotely considered a security. And you can get that from reading the criteria for yourself. And speaking of security, if you're not already using private internet access, well, you should be, because this is the VPN of choice that I've been using for the last couple of years now. So it's been protecting me from website trackers, data leaks, and anyone spying on any of my web browsing activities. It also allows me to do stuff like I was trying to play around with the Funfair blockchain application today, and there are only 4 countries that it allows people to play from. So using private internet access, I just tunneled to Switzerland and was able to test it out just fine. So private internet access adds a layer of security onto all of my cryptocurrency activity, also allows me the flexibility to browse the web the way I want it. So if you sign up for private internet access using my referral link below, you'll also support the show by kicking back some commission on your purchase. And if you hate ads and sponsors and want to get rid of them, you now can do by going over to Patreon and signing up as a patron. Final story for today is that Ethfinex Trustless is now completely open to everybody. So you may remember we covered this the other day. Here's Ethfinex Trustless. And here it says here, Ethfinex Trustless is completely open, connect a wallet and start trading. And then it links to this article on their website where they go into detail about, which we've already covered this actually. But if you remember, the last time I covered this, there were a ton of barriers to getting started. So I just gave up on it and I said I'd come back to it when they'd gone to their full launch and allowed me to just, go straight in there. So now all those barriers have gone. It's as simple as visiting the website with your MetaMask, and off you go. It works. So far, Ethfinex have managed to get up to a $2.5 million per day volume, which isn't bad but that needs to grow significantly if they're going to attract any serious traders. And at the very same time that I'm talking about this, Ethfinex, guess what's due to be announced today or at Blockchain Live is a big announcement with regards to EOS Phoenix, which, is exactly what it sounds like. The Ethfinex is the Ethereum version, decentralized version of Bitfinex, and EOS Phoenix is the EOS version of Bitfinex. So we've got these two decentralized exchanges, two decentralized versions of Bitfinex, one being built on Ethereum, one being built on EOS, hence their relevant names. And EOS Phoenix is touted as high-performance decentralized exchange built on EOS.io, developed by Bitfinex, the most advanced digital asset trading platform. And it's going to look pretty much like EOS Phoenix, looking at this little screenshot here, which is a mock-up no doubt, but it will look pretty much like this, won't it? It'll just be EOS Phoenix in the top left-hand corner. I would suggest that they go with a different color scheme, otherwise people are going to get confused as to whether they're using EOS Phoenix or, Ethfinex, and they might have them open in different tabs, and that's just going to blow people's minds. So just for a user interface thing, I would have them color it slightly different. Of course, in each of the given cases, Ethfinex is going to be for Ethereum-based tokens primarily, and then EOS Phoenix is going to be for EOS-based tokens primarily. What's going to be interesting is when we see more of these fiat stablecoins listed on these exchanges, then it really opens up the market to, being able to trade with your own fiat currencies, right? Or have stablecoins for your trading activity. So that's what I'm looking forward to. At Blockchain Live in London, which is today, I'm expecting an EOS Phoenix announcement of some kind, even though, if we look on the site again and go to the timeline, they say that the official beta launch for EOS Phoenix should be November of 2018. But you'll notice, 26th of September, it says beta presentation at Blockchain Live. So are they just going to present a demo of EOS Phoenix at Blockchain Live? Or are they going to meet my expectations, which is that they're going to make a bigger announcement about it? So what I'm getting at there is it would be nice, wouldn't it, to see a project launch something ahead of schedule. That would be a change, wouldn't it? It'd be a nice, pleasant change. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this episode, go ahead, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Please leave me a comment below with some feedback and get subscribed. If you're already subscribed, hit the bell to get notifications whenever a new video is upgraded. And remember, I'm only able to bring you this content thanks to my patrons. And if you want to become one and get my eternal gratitude, head over to the Patreon page and sign up as a patron to help support the show and the ongoing production of free cryptocurrency education. If you want to follow me on the social networks, you can do so by going to cryptoversity.com, clicking on podcast, and all the social networks are listed there for you. Other than that, I'll be back with the next episode of the Cryptoverse. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.